there's an ongoing war within the Republican Party, and that civil war is heating up. And now there are super PACs involved. A conservative super PAC is trying to unseat Republicans who helped to oust former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who resigned from his post. He's no longer a member of Congress. Now, the current project is hyper-focused on Virginia Republican Bob Good, who of course is in the House of Representatives. He was one of the Republicans who voted to oust Kevin McCarthy from his speakership role. The super PAC is called Defending Main Street. Defending Main Street, really? It's a super PAC. Yeah, Defending Main Street, okay. Sounds like you're defending Kevin McCarthy from some of the America First MAGA Republicans. That's what the super PAC is about. Now 90 GOP lawmakers are in partnership with this super PAC, and the PAC has reportedly spent a whopping $3.3 million on ads in the Virginia state election to unseat Representative Bob Good. And what they're doing is, rather than bad-mouthing him in their ads, they're really just propping up and promoting his challenger, who is the current Virginia State Senator John McGuire. PAC President and CEO Sarah Chamberlain told AP News, "We spend 99% of our money protecting incumbents and adding more mainstream conservatives to the House, but this was a unique situation. Defending Kevin McCarthy is not what Main Street does, though we 100% supported Kevin and are sorry that everything happened." He couldn't even finish his term.
Yeah.
He took his ball and went home. Come on.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth, as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you.
The funny thing is, he was so desperate to get the job that he agreed to these absurd stipulations.
I know.
That were literally a ticking time bomb. They said anybody can call you up to get anybody. Any rookie in the House, any know-nothing nobody can call you up for any reason, and he agreed to this.
Yeah,
so like the idea that he got ousted, I remember watching you guys cover this, and you guys were basically like, yo, this guy's, he's cut his freaking balls off for no reason.
Yes.
And he's done. Like you guys said this, you guys predicted this before it even happened. So like now that a PAC has to come out and be like, oh my God, I can't believe they ousted Kevin McCarthy.
I know, right? One of the young guns.
The young guns.
Yeah. So Chamberlain, again, the head of this super PAC looking to oust Bob Good, clarified that it wasn't just Good's vote that led to them souring on Bob Good. And look, this is the important part of the story, because what she's doing here is expressing why there's this fracturing within the Republican Party, right? Because there are two different types of Republicans in Congress right now. Good has pushed Republicans to seek deeper federal spending cuts, even if that means risking a government shutdown, and has opposed the spending agreement McCarthy worked out with President Joe Biden so that the government could continue paying its bills. When Speaker Mike Johnson split up a $95 billion aid package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan into 3 separate votes, he voted no on each piece. Okay, so all the other stuff at the beginning of that, ignore it. It's the last sentence there that's relevant. Yeah. Okay, that is the difference between the pro-Trump, America First Republicans in Congress right now. Those are the people who typically, would consider ousting a Kevin McCarthy from a speakership role, of course. And then the other Republicans consist of the neocons who have been around for a while now. And so that civil war is heating up, and now super PACs are getting involved to protect the neocons. That's what it appears to be the case. So it's important to note that, again, defending mainstream, I don't know why I keep saying mainstream. Main Street isn't calling Good specifically, calling out Good specifically in their ads. They're just kind of propping up the other guy who's challenging him. And I want to get to how successful they've been so far, according to the polling. So the challenger to Bob Good, of course, is Senator John McGuire, State Senator John McGuire in Virginia, and it turns out that their ads have been working. So let's go to Dana Shores, that's Good's campaign manager, who says, McCarthy is on his revenge tour, and he's targeting conservative leaders like Congressman Bob Good, who worked to oust him as speaker for his poor leadership. I expect voters in the district to see through the swamp tactics of groups like Defending Main Street. But they don't. Internal polling indicates that McGuire is actually enjoying a comfortable 14-point lead because these ads work.
Yeah,
they do. Money in politics is very intoxicating for these lawmakers, for incumbents and for new candidates, because they know that that money buys the ads that could either make or break their campaign.
And that's often why you see people attach themselves to some kind of sugar daddy at some point in order to fund this stuff, because you can't, if you can't get on TV, if you can't make yourself known to voters as, you know, somebody, an insurgent candidate, then you're basically dead in the water. Because if the party apparatus isn't going to use the party structure to prop you up, and we know what kind of concessions you gotta make in order to get that to happen for you. If you're gonna try to do it completely on your own, you either have to be independently rich or you have to find somebody with some means that's willing to float you. And this is America. Nobody floats you out of the goodness of their heart. Not because they believe in the cause, no. It's because you're gonna go up there and, you know, basically shill for their agenda.
So last weekend, Donald Trump had a fundraiser in Mar-a-Lago. There were some billionaire donors involved in that fundraiser. And he straight up told them, according to reports from the Washington Post, listen, you oil barons and all of you fossil fuel executives, you know, you guys want deregulation? Get me $1 billion in campaign donations and I'll get you your deregulations. And today, it was reported also by the Washington Post that Jamie Raskin and the Democrats are considering investigating that whole situation. And look, it's all fine and good to be alarmed by that very obvious quid pro quo. But how about be alarmed about the fact that that obvious quid pro quo is littered all across our political system? It's not just Trump. Trump
and
is
it's
just
certainly not just Republicans. We know
100%.
the Democrats are also just as freaking dirty. They have, oftentimes they have the same bedfellows, especially when you think about the, you know, the Israel lobby, when you think about the, you know, the military-industrial complex. Sometimes they have the same bedfellows, but other times they don't. But everybody is awash in this corporate outside lobbying money, and so this like. Okay, Trump says it out loud.
He does. He's not very sophisticated. He's very brazen.
But then we can see people's voting records and rhetoric and tie it to the people that have donated to their cause. Like, it's not hard to figure out at all.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.